Alright, what's going on, guys? Arizona post-game video. Congrats to all the Arizona fans out there watching my videos. Congrats, Arizona. Y'all beat our ass thoroughly and handedly. I thought the score wasn't really indicative of how badly you did beat us because our defense played bad. Really bad. But that being said, I still have faith in Don Pelham because he had those boys ready. He had them in places to make tackles. Granted, it wasn't like that every play. We got beat a few times. But mostly it was Arizona just running over our players and wanting it more, in my opinion. And that's why I'm still a Don Pelham believer. I still want Don Pelham. I want him coaching this defense because I think it's going to work out eventually. Now, Scott Frost, on the other hand, I hope Nebraska loses every single last one of their ball games this season and decides to fire Bo Pelini and hire you because you're like a messiah down there, national championship winning quarterback. But here, you're a cancer because that up the middle BS needs to stop. And not only does it need to stop regularly because that's just not the type of team we are, but also it needs to stop when we have a banged up offensive line. I don't know if you realize that, Scott, but we're still without 3 starting offensive linemen in that game. And yet you're trying to ground and pound and run up the middle with, granted, Royce Freeman, who's the most powerful back we have, but still, that's not going to work on every play, Scott. And it's just not who we are. Get around the tackles, get around the defense, and try and beat them with your legs. Why you didn't run the read option with Marcus Mariota, I'll never know. He was supposedly hurt in the Washington State game, though I don't believe that for a second. I think that's just you coming up with a bitch excuse because you're too much of a pussy to run Marcus. Granted, I understand he's the franchise and you need to protect him for down the road, but this was a big time ball game, obviously, in the second half. They were pushing our shit in, and you didn't change up the offense once. You didn't make any types of changes. Where was Devin Allen all night, Scott? He's our best damn receiver. He got the ball, what, 5 times? You didn't adjust. Okay, so maybe they're shutting down Devin. Go to a tight end. Go to Darren Carrington. Go to Dwayne Stanford. There were other weapons than Royce Freeman, Scott. Change it up a little bit. God damn it. There's so many weapons on the field, Scott, and you utilized one of them. You didn't utilize Marcus. You didn't utilize Devin. And then even if you want to use the excuse, okay, they were pressuring Devin at the line, getting him pushed off. Okay, go to other receivers. Go to the tight end. There are other players on the field than Royce Freeman. I understand you sweat him because he's your kind of style of back, I feel. I think you're kind of biased towards him, and he's the freshman. Everybody wants to see him play. Blah, 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 blah. It's not going to work with me, Scott. You have everybody else fooled, but that is bullshit play calling, and it's a pussy play call because you're just too much of a bitch to realize. Never mind. It's pointless to talk about what we did or did not do because that game's over, and we still control our own destiny, though we are getting Jake back for the UCLA game, so hopefully that'll help our offensive line. And if somehow Scott Frost can figure out that we have a Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback and that he has dual threat capabilities, then maybe we'll beat UCLA. Utah went in and beat UCLA on the road, so I have complete faith we can do that. The question is, will we do that? The defense, like I said, I still have faith in. They're eventually going to turn around. They're too good not to. The defensive line has not played up to what I thought they were going to this year. Efo is in a funk right now. Hopefully he can break out of that. A lot of our stuff is correctable. That's the main thing, is a lot of our stuff is fixable in due time, and eventually I think we will get better. But it's going to be tough. We still control our own destiny. That's the great thing about what happened Saturday, is there were so many upsets, is we control our own destiny going into this stretch of the season. It's a really tough stretch. We got UCLA on the road, and then Washington at home, and then we got Cal in Levi Stadium on a Friday night after the Washington game. So these 3 games are going to be really hard, and then not to mention Stanford at home after the Cal game. So these next 4 weeks are going to be huge in determining our season. So it's going to be fun to see how this team turns around. Hopefully this lights a fire under our ass. I sure hope it does, because we need something. This was not a demoralizing loss when it comes to season-wise. It was a Southern team, so it doesn't affect our Division North race. In fact, I hope Arizona goes out and wins every single one of their ball games, and we face them in the Pac-12 championship game and get a rematch. That would be best thing for us right now, is for them to go undefeated Same thing with Michigan State. Destroy the Big Ten. Please do. We need all the little type of points we can get coming off impressive victories that we got to get early in the season after Thursday. But I'm not going anywhere. I still have faith in this team. But Scott Frost, I wouldn't mind seeing you hit the door, especially if that play calling picks up. But if you change it around, I mean, everybody can learn. But you've been doing this for 2 years now, so I don't think that's going to change. Don Pelham, just teach your boys how to tackle a little bit, and we'll be fine. You had them in spots. I still think Mark Helfrich is the coach of this. Is the long term answer, though that's to be determined as the season goes along. Um, we'll see. We'll just wait and see, and get excited for UCLA coming up Saturday. As always, guys, go Ducks.